The Toof. I will find a day where I can get that intro fucking stamped.
That almost sounded like a bootleg Stranger Things.
Yeah, I was trying to go for like a James Bond thing.
Yeah, no, that was bootleg Stranger Things.
That's fucking stupid. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the return of the Tooth with me, Edson King Crumbum. How do I start this? You guys haven't heard from me for a while, and last time I did this with Drew, we talked about the show that we have, M.A.X Wrestling, and I'm having back again. How you doing, Drew?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you doing?
Very good, well, bro. And we're working right now on season 2.
Yes, sir.
On M.A.X Wrestling, the show that we have. We can look us up and everything. Last time we talked about wrestling and stuff, and like the whole whatever the fuck. And I was thinking, this time, seeing that we're musicians and stuff, something that never really gets touched upon, but everyone knows about, is the music in wrestling.
Okay.
And I don't know why I was thinking of Shawn Michaels. I think when I came up with the idea. And then I was thinking of like, imagine, because you come as a wrestler, right? They're like, okay, he's gonna be the sexy boy, whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
So they have their own band, or how does that work? How do you think that works? Or
well, at WWE they had I can't remember his first name, is Johnson, where he would write the music. Like Vince would go up to him or whoever would go up to him, tell him the character idea, and then he'd shit a song for him, and it'd always go with the character for the most part. So basically, he'd be given this idea of who the character's supposed to be, and he would write a song around that. He would just come up with music. They'd give him kind of a gist of what the character's supposed to be like. He'd write music that kind of matches the same mood that they're going after.
Yeah.
So that's essentially how it worked. The wrestlers always have like they have input on it, like you talk about Steve Austin, where he wanted to do something that sounded real, like something like Bulls on Parade.
Yeah.
So he went to Johnson. He told him he wants something like Bulls on Parade. He also wants to start it with the glass breaking.
Yeah.
When he was previously at WCW, he was told he'd never get through the glass ceiling. He had a limit, and he was never going to reach very hard
No
beyond
shit.
that. Yep. So when he had the song written, he told Johnson, hey, put glass at the beginning, breaking, and symbolic of him breaking through the glass ceiling. So in Austin's case, I mean, he had input on it too, and then Johnson just kind of got this idea from Austin, all right, do something Rage Against the Machine-y, and that's what he did. And that's what we have.
It's like, I got you, bro.
Yeah, say no more, fam.
Say no more, fam. Glass breaking because of your shit, and then everything else. Is this like a house band, or like?
Yeah, pretty much. Well,
because it's a big conglomerate, right? They have designers, writers, fucking.
Now, yeah, and before that's the guy, and it's only been a few years since they actually let that guy go.
Yeah,
they were working with a band called CFOs, and they've been writing more of the newer music for a lot of the newer guys. And actually, earlier this year, they broke ties off with them as well, so far as the music. So they probably got somebody else or some other team working on it, or maybe they're like joining up with another band or some shit out.
So it's not like freelancers. It's not like someone that's out there just like, hey, you sound good. What if we give you we got this wrestler who's really fruity. Can you make a song for us?
They might reach some sort of agreement with somebody, or maybe they'll just hire, like you said, like an in-house band to do something like that. They may hire someone like Johnson again to come in to do the music, like in total. But to my knowledge, they don't really have anybody right now. So they may use freelancers or something like that.
Because I wanted to talk to you about this because you make all the music. Well, not make it, but like you make the music for the guys from M.A.X Wrestling. So you create the character.
Well, not all of them. The intro song I did, and actually,
but despite the fact that you get someone else to fucking do some things, but let's say like the Ultramass song.
Yeah, the Ultramass song. That's all me.
God, when you watch M.A.X Wrestling, you gotta figure out. So wait, okay, so you have the character.
Yeah. And
what's your next step?
So I have the character, like in the case of Ultramass, where he's a party raver guy, right?
Yeah.
So I was thinking, all right, well, we need party raver music. The first time I took to SoundCloud, and that's what I was gonna do. That's a lot of times what I've done is all like local bands. If I know anybody, I'll hit them up if they have some music that I like that'll match what I'm looking for in the character. For example, Ironclad.
Yeah.
Their song Enough matched exactly what I wanted for a Crude. Like, it was real intimidating right off the bat. So I've played with them a couple times. I've been in a local band that's played with them. So I was like, all right, cool. I'm going to hit them up, drop my name, and then see if I can borrow their song.
Yeah.
They were good enough to let me use it. And there's a few bands I've done that with as well. In this case, it kind of a similar scenario, except for I didn't know this guy on SoundCloud. I just messaged him, said, "Hey, listen, here's my idea." I sent him the same video that I sent you and Henry. Where's that first kind of like a pilot where I'm calling everything. I've got Toof Pdcast sitting next to me. I'm doing the voice for him, and then he gets beat up and all this kind of shit.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like a test reel thing. So I sent him that, told him the idea for the show, told him how I want to use his music.
Yeah.
Does he mind? And I'll credit him. And that's what I do with everybody that I use their music. I credit them in the description.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to take credit for the shit.
Yeah.
So in that case, he said, "Yeah, cool, go for it." It sounded kind of, it matched like that raver feel.
Yeah. Raver. It just sounds like you know when you get that ecstasy that has meth in it.
I can't say
no.
that.
I can say I have, and that's what the fuck it sounds like. But it's
do tell.
Aye. But it's funny because it goes a little something like this. You just watch you. That's what we came up with, right? When we were joking around, we were just joking around. We were just doing it with our mouths. So I was like, how should it go? We're like, and you went from that, to.
Well, the guy that I hit up on SoundCloud, he let me use his song. Then we're coming back. I tried to hit him up to kind of. We didn't have like a contract per se. We had kind of like a verbal agreement. So I typed it out. "Hey, can I use the song? I'll credit you." "Oh yeah, sure. Go ahead, do it." So that's what I did. I wanted to kind of renew that. I went to hit him up. He never got back to me. I was like, okay, what I'm going to do now then is use his song as inspiration to create a new one. And especially because of what I've got going on with the Ultramass, I wanted to have, he needed to have new music.
Yeah.
Or at the very least updated. So that's what I did is I took his song, his idea, and I'm still going to credit him because that's where I took the idea
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's good. You inspired me to make this jam. So thank you for giving me the inspiration kind of a thing.
Yeah. So basically, to answer the question.
He's like, what the fuck? Use my song.
Well, get back to me when I message you, motherfucker. But no, yeah, so that I basically, to answer your question, in order to come up with that music, I used Ultramass's original music, which is this other guy's music. Used that as inspiration to continue with the vision that I had for Ultramass in whole.
Yeah.
So it's the boom, 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 but now it's at the tempo that I want, but it's still got remnants of that melody to it. And
it's funny because you were in a band.
Yeah.
Because you're like a metalhead. You know what I'm saying? Let's call you a metalhead.
Okay, I'll go with it.
But yet you came up with a song, like a dance song.
Yeah.
That I listen to that shit, you know what I'm saying? But it makes me move.
But
like,
I hear you up about who's good to listen to for this kind of music.
Yeah, it fits the character.
Yeah.
And it helps that you came up with a character.
Mm.
So like as you building him, I think subconsciously you already fucking had to do in your head.
Yeah. And
then it just grew into this.
I had pretty close to the tempo in mind. Yeah. I had exactly, for the most part, how I wanted it to sound. And pretty close to how it turned out.
And it's a full song.
Yeah.
It has a beginning, a middle, and an end and everything.
Yeah.
And that's just a dance one. You also have a gangster one.
Yeah.
And that one's my favorite one too because it made like West Coast G.
Yeah.
Like with the high pitch.
Yeah.
And then tell us. Oh yeah, tell us.
Well, I imagine at least another person's gonna listen. You plus them equals at least an us.
My mom. No. The story of how you got the guy to do the lyrics for.
Oh, so I just went on Fiverr. Fiverr.
What is Fiverr?
Fiverr is a site. They also have an app that you toss them $5 and there's a bunch of people on there that'll do almost anything for $5.
Sweet.
There's literally been controversy about it where like somebody paid somebody $5 to do some insane racist shit, and they did it for the $5, and then all sorts of backlash.
Oh, I think I remember that. Like they made some African kids hold a sign.
So yeah, some shit like that.
I remember that like with markers or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the same thing. So this guy, he offered $60. His name's he goes by Broadcast King on there. If anybody wants to look him up.
Fucking course, his name is Broadcast King.
He offers, I think it's $5 will get you 60 second flow.
Just like blowjobs.
Yeah, and that's all you need really. And that's all I needed. So I hit him up and said, "Hey, baby, I need my 60-second load." So I hit him up and I said, I already had the music written up. I just said to him, "All right, flow to this. Here's the idea for the show." Gave him the gist of what I'm looking for, and told him, "All right, go hard as fuck."
Yeah.
He was asking, do you want it to be radio friendly? Do you want cursive? I said hard.
Oh, he asked you for like a Spectrum?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
I told him hard R, dude. Just like,
I was like, killing motherfuckers, nigga.
yeah. And that's pretty much where what we ended up going with. It's hard. Oh, we killed motherfuckers. And all this
Yeah.
But yeah, I rewrote some of the lyrics just because I wanted it to flow a certain way. So, but I made sure to have him include his name so that he gets his promo in there as well.
So what's the ratio betwixt your lyric and his lyric?
I'd say probably 40-60.
All right, him being the 60.
Him being the 60.
Yeah.
I think it's like the first half of it. Yeah,
what was the part you cut out? That like, what was he saying?
Well, he was just repeating a line that I wasn't really feeling. I didn't like the
I know where he was going with it because he wants something repetitive because people like repetitive music. People like something they can fucking sing to and shit like that.
Yeah, but that's
like,
how
again with Shawn Michaels, everyone's like sexy boy. They want that shit, you know?
Yeah.
So what was he saying?
Well, he was like, we're cholos. Like he pretty much kept repeating that. They're cholos in the ring. Do that a couple times. Well,
it's kind of corny.
It is,
but it's catchy.
Yeah, no.
It's catchy.
I didn't like it.
Imagine cholos watching someone come up and they're like, the 6 cholos holding hands.
Well, it's for an intro song. Dude.
Oh, it is.
So if half your intros were cholos in the ring, it doesn't really do anything for it. So I said, okay, let's try these lyrics, intro it with this, throw your name down here, throw these lyrics, and then we'll keep the rest of the lyrics that you have. Those ones are really good. I like them. Yeah. And that's what he did. He worked with me. He was really cool.
And you have like full songs, like I said, and I remember, I think it was the Attitude Era. The internet was kind of like young, so the only part of the song was the song that you hear while they're coming out, and if you want to hear the full song, you get the CD.
Yeah, you go out and you buy Forcible Entry.
Yeah, and then you're just like, oh, what the fuck? It's a full song.
Yeah. I can't remember who covered the Stone Cold song. At first, I didn't really like it.
There's one with Ice Cube and Dub C.
Oh, Jesus.
That didn't. And what the fuck? Snoop Dogg was like, "Give me a hell yeah, give me a hell yeah."
No,
but they still had the beat in the background. It was kind of like, eh.
Yeah.
But
I can't remember. I think it might have been Disturbed.
The songs are pretty fucking hard to like. It's a hard song to come out to. Glass breaking, fucking dead, and it was the time like the Attitude Era, so like everything was fucking new metal was going on, like everything sounded whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
So even in the 80s, you think like the songs that are out, or the populace likes, they get that and they put it into the character themselves. It's like, oh, this shit's hot right now. Let's use that.
And that got really big with the Freebirds, the Fabulous Freebirds in Texas. They started coming out to, and it wasn't brand new. But it was a newer concept for people to come out with the intro music, or with the entrance music. But the Freebirds were fucking huge in Texas, and like way back in the days.
Yeah.
And they started coming out to intro music, or to entrance music. And they're the ones that really kind of popularized it, and really showed a bunch of other promoters that what can happen when you take music and associate it with this character.
Yeah.
And you combine the two, and then Vince came through and mastered the fucking craft. And puts
and like you wouldn't think of Vince as like he has to fucking know music in order to be like this song.
Not necessarily. He knows a mood that he's looking for, or like the Hulk Hogan song, the Real American.
Yeah.
It's real happy. It's real.
It was the 80s.
It sounds like hell yeah and all.
Yeah.
And that's what he was looking for Hogan's character.
Yeah.
He wanted something like that. Savage came out to I can't remember the name of the song, but it's the graduation song essentially, right? Do.
Oh yeah. But he came out like that.
But he's fucking Randy goddamn Savage.
Yeah.
That dude could come out to a wagon wheel coming through busted shit, and he can still make it work.
Like that song they play in every quinceañera, he can come out to it, and he's just, as long as his hands are up,
and
he's wearing whatever the fuck he's wearing.
As long as he's doing his Randy Savage thing, it's gonna be fucking amazing.
Yeah,
because that's just who Randy was.
And then Lemmy.
Yeah,
that was fucking a big thing because I don't think I remember anybody else like a famous person doing a song for. It probably wasn't. Like, can you recall anybody that's like famous, like real famous, and they're just like, I'll do a song for you guys. Because for the longest time when DX was out, everyone thought it was Rage Against the Machine.
Yeah.
Because
it's just bootleg Rage.
Yeah, it's like bootleg Rage. But like at first I remember I was like, fuck, that's Rage.
Yeah.
But it wasn't.
Yeah, because they had a really similar sound.
And then I was thinking, I was like, what the fuck? What if they got Rage to fucking cover it or something, you know?
Yeah.
That would be so tits.
I have no idea.
But I think
I feel like maybe Cyndi Lauper, but I'm not sure.
What the fuck?
Well, Cyndi Lauper was in WrestleMania 1. And that's when they were starting the whole rock and wrestling thing with the Hulk Hogan being the centerpiece of that. I don't know if she did, so don't quote me on that. But I would imagine she'd be one of the first.
Quote about that.
It's recorded. It's on record. Beyond that, yeah, Triple H is a big Motorhead fan, anyways.
Yeah.
So.
You want to play the game?
Play the game.
And was he already in the family at that time? Did he have pool?
Yeah.
Did he have pool?
Yeah, he was already. I think is scoring with Steph.
Yeah. Like pool is like
yeah.
Like no, we can't because ECW can play whoever the fuck you wanted.
Yeah.
You got fucking Metallica. You can come out to Metallica.
Yeah, they didn't give a fuck.
They didn't give a fuck. They're just like, as soon as like no one's gonna fucking.
Nobody watches this shit.
Yeah. No one's gonna be like, hey Metallica, they're using your song, and they're like, yeah. Well, only Lars would be pissed.
Yeah, Lars.
Ooh, that motherfucker.
I don't know they want him using my Steffel key.
Is that your drummer Drew?
That's my really bad Lars.
It's really bad.
It's awful, but I'm sticking with it.
So what do you think the music is like now? Is there a change in music?
Yeah. I mean, they got a different. They had.
Do you think there's fans out there that are just like, oh, dude?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
So the podcast I like to listen to, Going In Raw, they'll always quote the Revival's intro song, "Say yeah."
Yeah.
Because that's how the fucking intro starts. Say yeah.
Yeah.
They come out. They go hard. Oh, they're always ranting and raving. The Undisputed Era song, "Shock the System." It's like people still
react to the fucking music.
Yeah, they still react to it and they still connect to the music.
Yeah.
And how that music connects to the people that they represent.
Because I broke up with wrestling a little bit. I'm kind of still fucking her once in a while. She's like an ex that I come back to. That I'm not really into it. Like I can't think of a fucking song that I'm just like, oh yeah, it's cool when it comes out or whatever the fuck. And
well, I personally love Kevin Owens' song. It starts out. Oh
yeah, that's true.
It's fucking rad, and to me, it has kind of that same feel to hearing the glass break, because as soon as you hear it, that's you know who it is.
Yeah. Okay, so like, if let's say they're coming up with a song, right? They come up to someone, they're like, dude, we need the song to fucking hit as soon as a character comes out.
Yeah.
Fucking, that's what we want.
Well, like, with writing any song, you've got to have I noticed that the best songs have a really distinct intro at the very beginning. You don't hear the intro ever again in the song, unless you hear maybe a morphed version of it at the end as an outro. But the ones that have a real distinct, just like kind of separate intro.
Yeah.
Those are the best songs, and that's kind of how you got to think of it with the wrestling too. They've only got so long because they're going to be walking down to the ramp. So
yeah. You're going to hear the entirety of the song.
Yeah, you need to cram as much information as you can in a very short span of time.
Yeah.
So like with Austin, you know who it is. He's come and
the only time you hear the extended is like at a pay-per-view when he's milking the crowd.
Yeah.
And you hear the fucking the rest of the song. You're like, what the fuck? There's more to it.
Yeah.
Because as a kid, I thought that was it. Just like the 20 fucking 30 seconds or whatever the fuck. Whatever.
For the most part.
That's what I thought.
Over and
over.
Yeah.
That's because I remember from Columbia House, I got one of the WWE. CDs that had the intros and shit.
You still owe them for those CDs I sent you?
I owe them 35 cents till this day. With interest, but maybe $1.50.
Not Cholo interest, so.
Imagine if I owe like $600. Still not even that bad.
You got some fucking granny knocking on your door.
Like suits show up in my house?
Yes, we're here from Columbia House. We're here to collect from Edison Airgun.
You said my name wrong? That's not me. I'm fucking out. That's not fucking me. But yeah, as a kid, and then we start going, and then I start playing music and shit, and then you understand how music works and shit. You understand how you move a crowd with the music.
Yeah.
And that's what I've always liked. Like, it's not just a costume, it's not just a character. Like the music has to go with it too.
Yeah.
Like I can't even imagine.
There's an entire package that goes along with the wrestler. Like the music has to kind of match what you got going on with the character.
Yeah.
The character's look has to match how the character comes off.
Yeah.
How the character comes off has to be consistent.
And you want that song to be implanted into your fucking brain too, because if the song isn't hard, like you won't. Yeah, I think it'll kill the character.
You want it to have like a Pavlovian effect on people, where they hear it and they instantly connect it to whatever wrestler is coming out. Like I said, when you hear the glass break, you know who's coming out.
Yeah.
You hear, if you smile, like instantly, you know who's coming out.
There's a YouTube video that it was a black homie picking up the other black homie, and he's coming out, and he started playing the Booker T song.
Yeah.
And he was coming out because he had dreads, and he was just laughing his ass off, and you could tell it's like, oh, that's the Booker T song.
Yeah.
Like it's like, oh, I get it, because it fits.
Yeah.
You know, like the song, you can use it for anything.
Yeah.
And that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and that's a big thing with I mean anything in general, like with any TV show, you want to have something that catches your attention now.
Yeah.
And then when you catch the melody, like we were talking about the bootlegs Stranger Things song that you were trying to do earlier.
Yeah.
You hear that.
You already know what the
fuck is already start picturing the letters floating around on the screen.
Made with Children. As soon as you hear the
and
you're like, oh, that's Made with Children. Even right now, The Office, the most commonly known song, that shit plays in my fucking house all the time.
Yeah.
So even if I'm like it does something.
You hear any piano and you instantly think of fucking
it does something
Michael
to
Scott.
your fucking shit. Like the music is really part of it. Like really a big part of it.
Yeah, in essence, it's marketing. I mean, not in essence, it is marketing, but it's very.
There's people who go out and download
intentional
it, pay to download the song.
Yeah.
To get it, to have it, and like, okay, once you have it, how do you use it?
Yeah.
Like, what are you gonna do with the Stone Cold Steve Austin song for like past 10 years?
You're gonna pump a shit ton of weights.
Oh shit! Too, you can use it too.
You're gonna drink a bunch of beer.
Drink a bunch of beer. Listen to fucking glass breaking.
Whoop some sorry motherfucker's ass, and that's the bottom line.
So why was ECW so frugal with like play whatever the fuck you want?
I think, well, for starters, Heyman didn't give a shit.
Yeah, but he never got sued or anything. Like he never.
I don't know. Like
I never heard like a fucking scandal or anything. Just like, especially the Metallica.
I know, in the wrestling world, they get mocked, or they don't get mocked, but it's pretty well known. They were straight using fucking.
Like whatever the fuck's in their
whatever
playlist.
the fuck they wanted to use.
Well, boxers come out to whatever the fuck song they want.
But boxers make a fuck ton of money, and MMA fighters, they can pay. So they can pay the royalties and be like, all right, we're gonna use a song like CM Punk used to come out to Cult of Personality.
Yeah. Which
Vince McMahon, and that's one of the things I've always kind of disagreed with CM Punk on. Like he's talking about he never got his WrestleMania moment, and he never wasn't believed in. They were shelling out money for this guy's intro.
Yeah.
His intro was Cult of Personality.
Shit. Oh shit! They have to pay we're paying a lot for the fucking song, so fucking shut up and take it.
Yeah,
or let us make a song for you. And he's probably like, nah, man, I want to come out to that song.
Maybe I don't know if he was that bad.
He seems like a dick.
he seems dickish.
He seems dickish, but like for a reason. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, he's a good wrestler. He's
like he's got justified reasons for being angry, but I don't think the WrestleMania thing should be one of them, because I think if he'd have just waited a little bit longer, like honestly, I think he'd have gotten his main event. But then his
ego.
Well, no, the story is, he was pushing for a WrestleMania main event. He was getting pushed out of it because The Rock wanted to come through, and they had John Cena and The Rock.
They gotta give it to the big cats.
Yeah, and he's always his number one goal was to always main event WrestleMania. Win or lose, it doesn't mean a shit to him. He wants to main event WrestleMania. That's his goal.
Yeah.
Eventually, he was working hurt. They were asking him to come back hurt. Hey, I need you to come do this, pal, and all this kind of stuff. I owe you one. Then they'd renege on the owing him.
Yeah.
And then he apparently got a staph infection that they were just passing off his. I can't remember what.
Ankle.
They were diminishing the shit out. Yeah. They didn't give a fuck. They were trying to make it less than it was, but it was a straight up staph infection, and he got super mega sick. They were denying, and finally he said, "You know what? I've had enough of this shit. I'm out of here." Like he wasn't getting, none of his goals were being met. He could have waited. His staph infection was going untreated. That could not wait. That's on them.
Yeah.
So.
But they make these fucking wrestlers wrestle with a broken back. They don't give a fuck. It's like,
yeah,
can you move?
And that's the problem. I mean, he was like, all right, well, I'm not going to take this shit no more. Bye. And then they send him his release papers on his wedding day.
Oh fuck! Did they?
Yeah, they did. Vince put out a thing saying, "Oh, well, I didn't know that," and like trying to play stupid. It's like, come on,
he can't play. Fuck, he knows what the fuck he's doing.
He knew. He
showed up at the wedding like, "You're fired." Like, does anybody here have anything else to say before their wedding? It's like, this was all the way in the back. You're fire.
You're fire.
What are you doing here, Vince?
I don't even work for you anymore.
Damn.
But yeah, so anyway, going back to the music part of it, yeah, they were shelling out a bunch of money for Cult of Personality.
And that's to pay every fucking time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like they kind of just be like one-time deal. It's like, yo, we're gonna use this song for like a year. It's like,
I think it's doubled up, and I don't know for sure, but I mean they're playing it live, and then they're playing it on TV.
because not only do they have to pay them, they have to pay whoever owns the fucking song, and everyone gets a cut out of it.
Yeah.
Everyone has to get a cut out of it. That's a lot of fucking money.
Yeah, they're showing out big money. I don't remember how we got on this, but anyways.
No, yeah, man, that's part of the podcast, bro.
Yeah, fucking yeah, that's what I'm gonna.
But like we were talking about music theory, and we were talking about horror movies first, and we were talking about how a horror movie kind of climbs and declines and does all this kind of thing, and somehow this fool ended up talking about how you can do it to.
Well, it's like music. So a horror movie. So we were talking about horror movies and how you get 3,000 Friday the 13th movies, and it's kind of the law of diminishing returns.
Yeah.
Where you see it over and over and over, and even then it starts getting watered down. It starts going in a different direction. Like the original first two movies.
Yeah.
They probably could have cut it there.
Yeah.
But then they kept going to the trope, and eventually it becomes a caricature of itself.
Yeah.
Aliens, like the first Alien,
Yeah.
was super scary.
It becomes its own monster. No pun intended.
Yeah. But yeah, then a lot of them end up going off and doing a completely separate thing. They don't stick to what they were and what made them great. They end up just kind of morphing into something else, and then it's
repetitive.
Yeah, and then it's
repetitive.
no longer scary. It's no longer.
You don't want to hear that in a fucking guitar lick.
Yeah, you don't want to hear that in a song.
Yeah,
in general. Like what's the example I was using? Like let's say like Aliens. So you got Alien, which was super scary. You don't hardly ever see the alien.
You affiliated with Jaws?
Yeah, Jaws. I think Jaws has less than 5 minutes. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Of screen time in the whole damn movie, and that's what makes it more scary.
Yeah.
Is the thought of Jaws happening.
Yeah.
Right. And then they end up making Jaws 3D. They end up making Jaws 4, where Jaws is looking for revenge, and that's stupid as fuck.
God, like the son of Jaws. I would watch the son of Jaws, like a little baby shark, but he has like more teeth than regular. Like
Jaws 4 it's literally like I think it's literally that. Son of Jaws is looking for revenge. And
yeah, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Follow the family to like where the fuck
you killed my parents.
Yeah, now I'm gonna eat you. But yeah, it completely got away from what it was. Alien went from a horror flick because you'd never see the alien to an action flick or action thriller. I think we were calling it earlier.
Yeah.
Which was super good. I love that fucking movie.
Yeah.
Then it turned into Alien 3, which I personally like, but I can see the gripe. It starts moving.
At that time, it was fucking bunk. At the time,
Yeah.
it was like, oh, what the fuck? But then now, when you look in retrospect, you're like, oh shit, you know what? It kind of fits.
Well, it's always had. I've always had a personal affinity for it, but it's far and away from what Alien was.
Yeah.
You know, and then you got Resurrection, you got Alien vs Predator. We don't need any of that shit.
Yeah.
But we got it anyway.
In that sense, you're saying like, let's say you're playing a riff. You don't want to keep coming back to the same riff when the song is pretty much like a roller coaster. But imagine if the roller coaster just kind of stays in one fucking loop, and it's like, okay, you got to throw something else out there. But you don't want.
Yeah. Well, no, it's kind of like, all right. So you play a lick. You're going into it. You start out super good, right?
Yeah.
Let's say.
Aliens 1.
Yeah,
The Aliens 1. The riff is super good.
Yep. You go into the next riff, and this one's even better than the last. You're throwing in all sorts of bends and double stops and all
It
this
gets
kind of
hard.
shit, right?
It gets hard.
And then the next 3 or 4 bars are just sweet picking.
Oh yeah. Oh shit! You see, that makes sense.
It's just sweet picking. That's all it is. You've gotten so far away from whatever cool riff you had thrown in at the beginning, whatever thing you followed up with. Then you go into this fucking sweep thing, which was kind of cool at first.
Yeah.
But
then you start realizing,
but you've done it for fucking 4 or 5 bars in a goddamn row.
You kind of want the song to end.
Yeah. You want the solo to... Let's move on with the song. Can we? I think the point I was making earlier about horror movies is a lot of times, it's like I said, it's a lot of diminishing returns where they just go farther than they fucking need to. We don't need to see like the origin story.
Yeah.
We don't need prequels.
Yeah.
We don't need Jason explained. We don't need no covenants.
That's actually the movie. Jason Explained.
Yeah, Jason Explained.
Jason Part 7 Explained.
Jason 7. Jason Explained. Rated PG-13.
Yeah, it is gonna be crazy. You have to fucking tell everyone else.
But yeah, like you start going off onto the shit that nobody needs, nobody wants, but it's a cash cow.
Yeah.
So people.
And then people watch it because they didn't even know they want to fucking know.
Yeah.
They just get sucked into like, oh, you want to know where it came from, and you're like, well, do I? And then it's like, well, I'm already 30 minutes into the movie now. It's like,
well, I mean, there's nothing else on. Fuck it.
Yeah, fuck it.
But yeah, I think that was the big trip, or the big thing I was talking about earlier. Is how it just metamorphosed to this other thing that's completely far and away from what it originally was, and that's a big problem with the horror movies. It's really hard to scare people when you've seen the same thing over and over and over again. Yeah. Or when they've become campy, or they've turned into an action movie, which is cool. Yeah. I love action movies, but if you're a
then you're just watching an action movie.
Yeah, you're not watching a horror movie.
Imagine watching a fucking horror movie. You're like, this is scary as fuck, and then without you knowing, you're like, oh fuck, I'm watching an action movie.
Yeah,
and then you forget about being scared, and now you just want fucking shoot 'em up.
Yeah,
so it's like.
Yeah, you can enjoy it on the same level, but I mean, that's where you're going to get a lot of people grapping about horror movies ain't scary anymore. Like, you take something like Hereditary, right?
Yeah, we're talking about that.
Yeah, where...
one hitter quitter.
Yeah, it's just one movie. It's a standalone movie. It's scary. It leaves it open-ended, and that's where I started going into the guitar stuff, but it's open-ended, which makes it even scarier because it leaves what happens next to the viewer's imagination.
Yeah.
It doesn't start giving you... Oh, well, let's see what happens to the demon.
Yeah.
He's back.
Or see where the demon came from.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know, man. This shit's...
Yeah, we don't need to see the birth of the demon. Nobody cares.
Yeah.
We know what a demon is.
Okay, but there is some people out there that are not...
Fuck those people.
Those people are the ones that are ruining shit.
Fuck it.
Those are the fucking... what the fuck did you... Okay,
yeah, we'll get back to that.
We'll get back to that. But, like, it's true. Like, people now... I think maybe it's a new generation, or I don't know what. I think they just forced us to believe that we want to see more of it.
Yeah.
Like we're forced to it because it was like, oh, the movie did good.
Well, I think like people think they want more, but then when they get more,
yeah,
it's crap. A lot of times, I mean, that's
they get too much more.
Like the people that shouldn't make it decide they're gonna anyways because these people want it. They can make money off them. These people that want it think they want it, but they're gonna end up getting crap. And then they get crap.
And then they have to suck it up. And then have to suck it up because they wanted it. They're like, well, fucking shit. Now I'm fucking...
Oh, no, now they go on Twitter and bitch about it.
Yeah.
But, yeah, ultimately, it's a business. It's an industry, and they're just trying to milk this cow for everything it's worth, get it as dry as they can. When they don't need to. They could get a lot more value from it as a piece of art that it is, by just leaving like horror movies just stand alone.
Take the monster home with you, and then it'll freak you out.
Yeah, if you're planning a big epic thing like Lord of the Rings or the Avengers,
you know that you're getting into a saga or some shit. Yeah,
and it's designed according. Look at the event. Look at both of those franchises. Yeah, they were crafted out. They were thought out. It wasn't a cash cow thing. It was here's the story we're gonna tell. And we're going to tell it in these many parts over these many movies.
Yeah.
And it's put out accordingly.
Well, now that you're saying that, imagine fucking Saw. When Saw, it was like a really dope little horror movie, just in a little room, whatever the fuck. And at the end, they kind of be like, they're like, oh shit, there's a murderer. Like, there's a guy who's controlling this whole thing. Kind of leaves it open. But you could have just ended it there. And you would have been like, oh man, I wonder what happened. Yeah. And then part 2, part 3, now they're just showing different ways to do gore, whatever. Yeah. But subtext, they're just like, oh, by the way, this guy got this guy to do it because he fucking planned this whole thing out. And I kind of like that. That's the only 13-part movie that I like, that they're just like, oh, by the way, this guy was pulling the strings. Oh, by the way, this guy was pulling the strings. And also you get a bunch of gore and shit in the middle.
Yeah, here's some gore for the sake of gore.
But those movies were made to be that way.
Yeah.
When you make something like, are you saying like Jason, it wasn't meant, I don't think it was meant to be fucking 17 movies.
Right.
I think it was meant to be like the first movie and maybe the second one.
Yeah.
And maybe the third one just to fucking finish it.
And that's the case, and that's what I was saying earlier is, a three-part, a trilogy.
Yeah.
Makes all the sense in the world. And yet, I've noticed that all the franchises, or not all the franchises, but a lot of franchises fuck up a 3-part trilogy.
Yeah.
Which shouldn't be the case. You got a beginning, a middle, and an end. That's 1, 2, 3.
Well, you can't. What about a two-parter?
Yeah.
What about has everybody done it?
Friday the 13th should have been a two-parter.
Yeah, right. It showed beginning, middle, end in 2 parts.
Yeah, you've got the mom, you've got Jason. If you want to go 3 parts, Jason lives at the end of the second one, but ends up getting foiled at the end.
Yeah, foiled.
The third one. Yeah.
Foiled with a fucking 38 to the fucking face. It's like, fuck. And then they went off into this whole thing.
Yeah, and then it wants to do all this extra crap. Yeah. But that one could have easily been 2, 3 movies. But instead, there was money to be made. Let's make more.
Everyone's gonna want to fucking cut in.
Yeah.
And then you got fucking movies like Leprechaun where you're like, what do you think of? Like, I don't throw him in space. Like, fuck.
Well, they did that with Jason too. Jason
they did just throw him in space. God damn it. God damn it.
See,
that's true. They're just like, oh, what the fuck can we do? I think that's in anything. They're just like, just go to space. Like Machete.
Yeah.
They're just like, that fool killed people like Machete 2. What the fuck? They're like, well, what else can we do? Like, I don't know, send him to space. Like, perfect.
Give this man a raise.
Yeah. There's even talks about the Fast and the Furious movies. There's like, would you end up in space? And they're like, yeah, maybe.
Oh god.
But it's possible because those movies are made to be just like just cock and balls, like just fucking cars. Where else can we take this? Well, we already fallen off a plane. We already fucking did a submarine. I don't know. Fucking send them to a satellite, and then they have to fight their way down to Earth or some bullshit.
It becomes campy, and I haven't watched all the movies, but I mean, shit.
Another good horror movie, one banger. It's called Life.
Life.
Yeah, they're in space. Starts off in space. They find a fucking cell, and the cell ends up mutating into fucking something, and then blah blah blah. It kills the whole crew, and the only way to kill it is to send one ship to the sun or into space, and the other ship to Earth.
But which is
which is which? Come to find out, when it hits Earth, that's the one that had the fucking the alien in it, and they ended it. Right? They ended it.
So they do say that it's.
But if they really wanted to, they could just be like, "What if when the alien gets out, it takes over New York, or some shit?" And then part 3 would be the military versus the But they ended it in a way that is just like, "All right, cool. If this fell to Earth, it's up to you." That fool's knocking. He's like, "Don't open that door! Don't open that door!" And that's it.
Yeah.
That's good.
That's all you need.
That's all you
fucking need. Everything that needed to be said was said. Let's move on.
If that movie made enough money, someone would have been like, you know what? Yeah. What if they open the door? What if the alien gets out and fucking starts?
Then we're all going to be disappointed.
Yeah, because then there'll be like 7 parts of just trying to get this alien off of Earth.
Yeah. Then all of a sudden it's going to become the humans versus the alien. But one of the humans is an alien. And also one of the aliens is going to be an ally to the humans somehow.
See the fact that we're coming up with these ideas like this is what happened. This is what's happening.
This is exactly what happened.
Yeah, this is what happened.
And there was a whole table full of dudes.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, that sounds good.
So returning ourselves back to wrestling, I think it turns itself into that now, because there's more writers and shit now. Now everything's about the writers. So, let's say how back in the day how we were talking about how this was were able to spit just on their own, like Stone Cold Steve Austin would say, what the fucking the writers would just kind of say like, okay, this is where the fucking plan's going.
Yeah, they give them bullet points.
Yeah.
So here's your bullet points. These are the major hit points that we want you to hit. However you get there is up to you. Go.
Yeah.
And then they go out there and they improv the shit.
But now they're just like how we were just talking. They're just like, what if this? What if this? And it's like, yeah, put it down. We can make it.
Yeah. And then Vince comes in and says, oh, no, I don't like this. And then he scraps the whole thing. There's been so many times lately where Vince, at the last minute, like literally the last couple hours right before the show, will completely trash SmackDown and rewrite the whole episode on the spot and right before it's about to go on.
Hey, man. The fool from Saturday Night Live, he does the same shit. In Saturday Night Live, they write all the sketches. Everything's already set. They take out certain words because they know how many seconds it takes to say those words.
Yeah.
Last minute, they're like, "Yo, we're scrapping that. We're gonna fucking." They're like, "Oh shit!" So not only do they have to get the writers, but they gotta get the people that do the cue cards.
We're scrapping that.
Scrap
Andy
that
Samberg.
fucking shit. Yeah. It was like we gotta do this new shit. Horror and wrestling. Now, Wyatt is doing the whole thing now with the whole mask. Yeah. His song is the shit.
That's just it's a cover of his original song,
but
it's fucking that whole package is fucking amazing.
The whole
everything about it is fucking amazing.
Shout out to Marquise. This was telling me he's like, dude, because Wyatt's already a beast.
Yeah,
he wrestles good for being that big of a guy, and now he's already scary with the whole hick shit, and now they're gonna turn him into this whole Slipknot fucking happy-go-lucky shit. That's like, oh man.
Yeah, but like before he had the creepy factor with the whole Wyatt family thing and all that, and they could have taken that so far.
Even the song was creepy too for that shit.
Yeah, the whole package there was great, and then they botched it. They did. They dropped the ball on it.
Yeah.
I mean, they had The Rock fucking bury the Wyatts.
And they only did because The Rock needed fucking airtime or whatever I don't know what the fuck.
Yeah, I don't know why, but they did it. And
money.
It was all downhill from there. So finally, he takes his hiatus. He is given complete creative license to do this character, whatever he wants to do. And then we start getting these Firefly Funhouse things, and it's fucking nobody knows what the hell's going on, but it's intriguing.
Yeah,
like, where the hell is he taking this? Cool. I want to watch.
Like a horror movie.
Yeah, and it doesn't start out that way. It seems like, they're just going to give him some cheesy new gimmick now. Bray Wyatt is going to suck even more now. Little did we know that he had the Fiend in his back pocket. And that's where this was all going, was you've got this juxtaposition of this Mr. Rogers clone, but the other side of him is this fucking monster.
Yeah.
Comes out and fucking just, with this creepy-ass music, carries his own severed fucking head lantern.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah. I like when they were going, and remember the side things they did when they went to their property?
Yeah.
That was pretty dope. I like that shit. I was like, what the fuck? You went to their fucking house, to the creepy-ass house? It was like a swamp?
Well, it was
like a fucking farm in a swamp?
It was a take. So Matt and Jeff Hardy were doing the broken gimmick.
Broken, yeah.
Which is fucking over big all over. It was the biggest news of like 2016.
Before they got to WWF, right? Or
before they came back, yeah. He was over huge everywhere.
Oh, by the way, I'm always gonna call it WWF.
Yeah. Fucking, I do sometimes. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
So anyway, before he came back, he was massively over with this broken thing, and a lot of it was a bunch of pre-filmed vignettes at his actual literal compound, and he would have matches there and do all that kind of shit. So that's what WWE tried to do. Is they tried to capitalize on that. They had the New Day go to the White Fortress or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
And they do creepy fight there. And that's what they were trying to capitalize, but they couldn't do it quite as well because they're trying to copy Hardy's idea. This is Hardy's original idea.
There's like crazy fools.
Yeah. So they tried to bite the Hardys. They couldn't do it.
Yeah.
They bring the Hardys over. They don't do dick with them, which they could
have had fucking some crazy shit.
They could have had big money, but what ended up happening, because the company they had come from, TNA, was trying to claim that that's theirs. The broken gimmick is their gimmick. It belongs to them. WWE can't use it. So what ended up happening is the Hardys got thrown into limbo while all this legal shit was figured out. By the time they got it squared away, he had already lost all his momentum.
How do you not? How much suck to be a character and just like, oh, don't be that guy. He's like, what the fuck? I've been working on this character this whole time.
Yeah. Well, no, yeah. The thing is, everybody's hands were tied because the company prior that he was doing it at, they're the ones that were being dicks.
Yeah.
Like WWE was ready to roll and capitalize on this, but I think it was TNA. They wanted money off that.
See, that's the shit that fucking turned me off to that shit. Even like the same thing with football. Like I used to love fucking just these fools, and then I'll start hearing these fat cats fighting over each other, and it's like, oh man, you guys are fucking ruining it. Like you guys are ruining the fucking character.
Yeah.
You guys are fighting over this guy. Everything's fucking going down. But I like that they still have. That they didn't dilute the like, oh, let's not have anything scary no more.
Yeah.
No, okay, so we're talking about horror movies and like the milking them too much. The Undertaker.
Okay.
Right? Jason Part 1 and Part 2. Like it was just like really the Undertaker. He had a fight, like his parents were in a fucking urn and shit, and like they milked him to the point where then he ended up being a biker.
Yeah.
Like it's that.
Well, he was trying to do repackage. I always like the biker gimmick. But
of course. You literally look like that.
Well, the original Undertaker. That's.
How long could you carry that? You think he could have done that for like fucking 30 years? Just that same.
That no. He needed to break something up. That's why he did the biker thing, and he started kind of leaning into that before he went away and came back as a biker. Yeah. He started becoming more.
But it's a cock block. I thought he was just a guy like from death. Like I thought he was just like this guy's like fucking.
Well, yeah, but you got.
And then he's like, oh, he's just a regular guy that just likes evil shit.
Well, you gotta realize the time that he came from. When he was first became the Undertaker, it was a time when you also had Duke the Dumpster Josie, and you had the Repo Man, and you had all this stupid bullshit gimmicks.
Yeah.
And that's the time that Undertaker came out of. Fortunately, the Undertaker was able to pull off being the Undertaker. So then, come towards the end of 2000, or come to the end of the 90s, everything was a lot more grounded and everything was a lot more gritty.
Yeah.
There wasn't a whole lot more room for Mr. Undead Guy.
Yeah.
He needed to reinvent for the times.
Yeah.
So he went away, came back as himself, essentially.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
So he did that. He did that for a few years.
UFC was popping off, so you started getting those put on those UFC gloves.
Yeah. Eventually he knew, all right, it's time to reinvent again. But he just kind of went back to old gimmick, but revamped a little bit. You
kind of do have to reinvent yourself all the times, every time. If you're going to be around for like fucking over 20 years, you're going to have to...
Well, like Matt Hardy's a master of reinventing himself. The broken gimmick is a perfect example.
Yeah.
V1, what he was doing before he left WWF.
As long as it wrestled the same.
Yeah. And, well, the character matters. If you're playing a sinister guy, but you used to be a high flyer... You're not going to be doing high flying if you're being sinister.
True.
So you got to adjust accordingly, right?
Yeah.
The Undertaker, when he was doing the biker gimmick, he's not going to sit up. He's not going to do that.
He could, because then he just look like a drunk dude that just woke up at a biker bar, just like, whoa, where the fuck am I?
No, it wouldn't. Like, realistically, it would not show. Like,
he can't roll his eyes back and stick out his tongue.
He can, but it doesn't match.
It's still fucking... Yeah, it matches. Like, I've seen a biker do the exact same thing. Just get up from the ground. I think it was you.
I buy
it. No, but it's true. It is true. You can't really...
Hey, you gotta adjust your moveset and your mannerisms to match your character. You know,
the times.
The character has to match the times. Right. The moves have to match the character.
I call it the hot topic thing. Because I remember, like, I used to give a shit. I used to give Hot Topic shit. Like, oh man, fuck, it used to be so dark. And then I remember the name Hot Topic. I was like, oh, it's whatever topic is hot. That's what the fuck they're gonna be.
Yeah.
So like at those days, everything was dark and fucking Marilyn Manson. That was the topic at that time.
Yep.
And then time started changing. And I'm just like, what the fuck? What the fuck are moms doing there? Fucking Peter's in. I was like, oh shit, yeah.
Because those moms were kids when we were.
Yeah, I was like, oh, yeah. I'm gonna take you to the store where I used to buy fucking chain wallets.
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy you a fucking.
I got my first seatbelt belt day. Let me show you, son.
My first seatbelt. Oh, my first Dickies bag.
Let me show you where I got my first pair of Jenkos.
But it is true. Like, you do have to change with the time. But fuck, like, you have to. Even Hulk Hogan did the whole thing with the American thing, and then
Hogan had to turn heel.
But that's But like, well, if you're gonna be around for a fucking long ass time,
you have to be able to reinvent yourself.
Adapt or die.
Yeah, Jericho is a prime example of adapt or die. That dude has reinvented himself a fucking million goddamn times.
What did Japan? Like, he reinvented himself. He reinvented himself. Well, yeah.
Yeah, because even right before he went to Japan, he was in WWE. And he was doing the list thing.
I think reinventing yourself, the only person who did it right was because the character was fucking nuts. It was Mick Foley. Because he was so nuts, he had like different characters. So he can be Dude Love, he can be Mankind, and he can be that was Jack because he's nuts.
Essentially, that was one character. It was one Mick Foley with different personalities.
Yeah, exactly. So,
but even that guy Mick Foley had to evolve. He had to kind of conglomerate or bring them together. No longer do them after a while because everybody's seeing through it. Yeah. It no longer has that hold because otherwise he could keep going back to that same well like we were talking about with movies, and then eventually he's a caricature of himself. Again, you got to reinvent or die, or you got to adapt or die. So he had to become more himself. And then eventually he's put his body through so much.
Being a WWF character is pretty much knowing that you're going to be in 14 Jason movies.
No.
Like, you coming in just like, yo, I'm going to be this character, but has Randy Orton changed?
Yeah. Because he used to be pompous rich kid, and now
he was pompous rich kid.
Yeah.
So was Triple H. That fool was pompous.
Yeah.
Fucking they became the game. But see, that was a good change though. I like that one.
Triple H.
I like Triple H is a shit for one. He's a shit.
Yeah.
I always loved Triple H. He's a good wrestler. That fucking knee that he has, like he had like, and then just his persona changing.
Yeah.
I like that metamorphosis of that.
Yeah.
I like that.
And see, again, that's him having to change. There's only so long he can do the curtsy thing.
He can't be Hunter Helmsley the whole time.
No,
you gotta change to Triple H.
You gotta change, yeah. If you've got this guy doing curtsies all the time, but you got this other guy flipping fingers and telling the boss to fuck himself, you're gonna get drowned out. You gotta adjust.
What about Goldust? That motherfucker kind of stayed the same the whole time.
Goldust stayed the same for a long time, but not the whole time.
She changed his pattern from gold to black, from black to gold?
No, but what he was going for originally, and actually I was listening to an interview with him. He was on the Chris Jericho podcast. I was listening to that earlier, and what they were going for was androgynous.
Oh, they stopped making him gay.
Yeah, pretty much. That's the only thing that changed.
Because at first it was pretty, but yeah.
Let's get all the Hicks pissed off by having this guy act.
Yeah.
That's gonna piss these Hicks right off, and it did.
It did.
People were freaked out by it.
I think his shit will work now more than ever, because with this whole LGBTQ shit.
I don't know about that.
He would.
His gimmick would be going around to asking people if they just assumed his gender.
That'll be a good character. It's like, you don't know if he's a girl.
Is there much mileage in that though? I don't think so.
No, fuck no, hell no. Oh shit, wouldn't fly. I think that's what they have to adapt, because the times change, and it's like the Attitude Era. You can fucking.
You can't get away with most of shit.
You can beat a bitch up, fucking make her take off her clothes. You do that shit now?
Can't do
Fuck no, man.
Can't do it. Like, you got Val Venus out there. He's a porn star.
Oh, dude. Oh, Val. He died a porn star.
Huh?
Like, his character died as a porn star. He didn't change into like a fucking suit.
Yes, he did. He literally changed into a suit.
He did. He did.
He literally changed into a suit.
He did turn into a suit. I still remember him.
The Godfather. That wouldn't fly today either. It's a pimp. It's sex trafficking. Mm-hmm. That's not socially. I mean, that wasn't socially acceptable per se back then. But it was a lot more easy to stomach.
People were more looser. People would know, like, that's a character.
Yeah,
that's a character. That's a character. Like, he's not like that in real life.
It was easier to stomach, which it's really weird because you take stuff like that, people would be all up in arms. But they showed Daenerys Targaryen or whatever get raped on Game of Thrones. How much controversy did you hear about that? I didn't.
None.
I didn't hear a damn thing. It's part of the story. Everybody's able to accept that easier. It's
how the
weird.
How? Because everyone's sucking its dick.
Yeah.
Everyone's sucking its dick. There's only certain people that suck the wrestling dick. It's a huge chunk of America.
Yeah.
But not enough to let shit slide.
Yeah. People are really selective about what they're going to let things slide based on their preferences, and that's a big problem with like social media and stuff, where you have people sounding out their stupid little fucking opinions, much like we're doing now. No,
it's kind of even now, like the dude that got fired before he got on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's say there's a new wrestler, and they dig shit up from the past. They're not gonna fire him. They're not even gonna look back at him. They're not even gonna look back at the new wrestler's shit.
Well, dude, the Usos have gotten DUIs like fucking 50 times this year. They're like, that's his responsibility. He's responsible for his own actions.
Even though they're under contract, that they have to have a good life in the outside.
Do they have a decency clause?
Yeah. Well, now more than ever. Maybe not 5 years. Maybe not 5 years ago. I saw some shit on YouTube. That's where I heard that that they have to stick to the right. Like when they do promos, they have to stick to the writing.
Yeah.
They have to stick to whatever the fuck they whatever the fuck, and have a clause that they're not allowed to call themselves wrestlers, or so they have to call themselves superstars. Yeah. On and off.
Yeah.
The fucking shit. They can't call themselves wrestlers. They have to be superstars. So they have to be. They're under the bubble of the WWF.
They can't ask for title shots no more.
No, nah.
No, they need
it's already
championship opportunities. Like Vince has a bunch of weird things like that they're not allowed to say. They're not allowed to call themselves wrestlers or use the word wrestling.
Yeah.
Although I think they've kind of loosened up on that a little bit.
It's not even as bad.
But they're not allowed to. It has to be. It's a championship title. It's not a title belt.
Yeah.
Championship opportunity, not title shot.
Yeah.
And like all sorts of weird little shits like that.
So there's a new generation of kids and people that are watching wrestling now, and they look back at the Attitude Era, like how we look at the Golden Age or whatever the fuck. We were around through these 3 changes. Mm-hmm. What do you think the future of it might be?
Well, I think right now, because the AEW is coming out and they're going to do things a little differently, a lot of people are saying that it's going to be a Wednesday Night War. It's going to be, but AEW is playing it like look, we're just being an alternative. We're not trying to compete with them. It's just kind of part and parcel.
We want to show people what they want to see.
Yeah, we want to show people there's other stuff
that
out there.
There's no one fucking pulling the strings, even though there is.
Yeah, but they're a lot looser with it.
Yeah.
Like the promos, for example, they're going to the old school thing with bullet points.
Yeah.
Let the person's personality come
let the character do whatever the fuck.
Yeah. So, I think that you're gonna in WWE to counter that once they notice like AEW starting to come up and they're not gonna just like rule the ratings all of a sudden out of nowhere, but they're gonna start getting a lot of attention.
And that's gonna make them want to change.
That's gonna make them want to change. So you're gonna have a scenario similar, although not exactly the same.
Because Vince said he didn't want to go back to those blood days.
Yeah, but AEW has no problem with doing that. Although
maybe not blood, but like
Tony Khan said on TV, there's no blood. Pay-per-views,
up and
different story.
Certain moves that are illegal in WWE, are legal there.
Yeah, so they're gonna be a lot looser.
What do you think about?
Which means WWE's or Vince is gonna have to loosen up his grip a bit, which he has because he's putting NXT up against AEW, and Triple H is the one that runs NXT, and NXT is widely considered.
It's not even a gimmick, right? Like that's really part of his shit.
Yeah, that's for your shoot. He's running that show.
And that fucker came the fuck up.
Yeah, and so you got NXT versus AEW. So really, that's going to be, I guess you could call the battlegrounds is on Wednesdays between these two, but NXT is a lot looser, much like AEW is. They're actually real similar products.
Yeah.
Because they have a lot more of the indie stars that they just swiped up off the indie scene.
Yeah.
In NXT.
Yeah.
Versus these guys that are currently in what you could call the indie scene.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a lot of similar styles.
They're going to be forced to adapt or die too. Mm-hmm. Well, they're never going to die. I think it's too big of a fucking machine. They're like fucking Disney. They're like they can't.
Yeah, no, WWE's here to stay.
Yeah, they're moving SmackDown to Fox.
Yep. That's the big thing that they're talking about is they're moving SmackDown to Fox. They're gonna split the rosters again. This time they're gonna be more concretely separated.
I think I'm gonna like that because instead of watching it in the same fucking channel, it's gonna give it more of a versus kind of a thing again.
Yeah. Hey, there's going to be all sorts of wrestling all of a sudden. You're going to have Raw on Monday, you're going to have AEW and NXT on Wednesday, and you're going to have SmackDown on Friday.
Phase 4. They're evolving right now.
Yeah.
We're watching the evolution of these fools fighting each other.
Yeah. So, to answer your question, I honestly couldn't tell you where wrestling is going to go.
It's going to be rainbows and lollipops.
It's going to be it's going to be really interesting watching though.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna be good TV because you're gonna have.
It's gonna be good TV at the end. We win. Yeah. We win at the end.
Yeah. Everybody wins at the end.
Everybody wins at the end.
Because what ends up happening, you get this competition. You're generating more interest. Generate more interest. You're getting higher ratings.
Yeah.
So both of these companies are gonna be coming up, and we're gonna be coming up on that sweet entertainment sauce.
Yeah. Entertainment sauce.
Entertainment sauce. All over my face.
Give me my fucking wings with my entertainment sauce. I
need that.
No napkins.
Just violate me with that. Never mind.
Oh God. No, but I think it's going somewhere.
No.
It's for the longest time. I was like, okay, Vince just owns everything. He's not gonna fucking split it. He's not gonna do anything.
No.
And then AEW and all this shit started popping up. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Now there's more players on the board.
Yeah. And it shows that they're concerned about AEW. Like they downplay it on WWE's side, but in order for them to move NXT to USA now, that's what they're doing, on the same night that AEW is going to be having their TV, it's a direct response to the fact that AEW even exists.
Yeah.
Like otherwise, you'd still have.
They would just brush it under the rug.
Yeah, they'd collect their Fox money. They'd let NXT continue to do their thing on the network, and that'd be that. But instead, they decide to move it on TV early.
Yeah,
like it's now
a new crowd, a whole new crowd of people that don't have access to watching anything else.
Yeah,
because there's still people like that. There's still people who don't have fucking cable.
Yeah,
a lot of people don't understand that. Everyone thinks that everyone right now has Netflix and cable.
Yeah,
like, there's a shitload of people who don't.
Yeah, and well, USA is basic though, but
network
for them to put it on, yeah,
there hasn't been anything in network in a while.
Yeah, SmackDown used to be on UPN. That's where I used to watch it.
Yeah, when it was UPN.
Yeah, when it was UPN.
When it was UPN.
And that's the only way I got my wrestling was SmackDown on UPN.
UPN and then USA.
Yeah.
Now it's on TNT, TNN, fucking TBT, 2D, R2D2. You hear that channel? Beep, 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 beep.
It's mostly just Blips and Buzz. I never watch it anymore. My computer seems to love that channel, though.
It turns on every time it's on. It's like, please fucking turn me to the TV. But I think it's... And there's a whole new batch of wrestlers, too.
Yeah.
There's the spectrum is open for a bunch of other things.
Yeah, and right now, I mean, the variety and the amount of talent is unmatched in any other point in wrestling history. All these super talented, there's so many super talented people. I haven't
seen this shit.
And they're all going to be on TV.
Yeah.
You know?
It's going to be a big boom for wrestling soon.
Yeah.
Soon. Now. It's happening now.
Yeah, well, soon. The NXT is on TV now.
A couple pay-per-views. Because I think that pay-per-views are the makers.
Yeah, that's where you get either storylines beginning or wrapping up.
Yeah.
You know? And, I mean, if they're putting on good TV, you're going to want to see those conclusions. So you're going to watch those pay-per-views. So, again, companies come up, we come up.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's going to be, it's going to be a boom. I would say...
It's like it's fourth wind.
Yeah.
Because we had, like, let's say, like, Hulk Hogan days. Then we had the Austin days. And then whoever the fuck is nowadays. I don't even know who the fuck call it these days to.
Well, fuck, I don't even know what they call it.
Does it have a name?
Well, they had... After Attitude came Ruthless Aggression era.
Don't even fucking remember that shit.
That's when Brock Lesnar came up and John Cena.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Then... Fuck if I know what they call it after that.
And it's not even us, because you watch. You watch more than me.
So I tried to, but I haven't had like regular cable in a while.
But it's happening. The pay-per-views will determine.
Yeah.
That's the
pay-per-view buys and the TV ratings. Because I mean, like I said, NXT and AEW are going head to head on Wednesdays. So unless you're like watching NXT on demand from USA, or if you can watch any of these on demand, which is really kind of skews what they can what they can measure on who's winning the war or whatever.
Okay, so even when WCW came out, it popped off, but it was kind of like here or there, and then it just got phased out. I think it's gonna happen again, but now that there's more factions, whoever's gonna get phased out, it won't even matter, because there'll be like 4 more fucking things out.
Yeah, that's what WWE.
Who's gonna last in this big boom, or not, or just this is gonna be a big thing again. This is gonna be fucking the Avengers. Like, it's gonna be a big 10-year thing.
In all reality, it could be a situation where, I mean, like we said, WWE ain't going nowhere, at least for a while.
Yeah.
The best bet that AEW has right now is a close second.
What if they start taking over? Wouldn't it be fucking weird?
It'll be a while before they do that, but yeah, that could happen. I mean, WCW and WWE, or WWF, were head-to-head, and they were more or less even, sometimes one more than the other, and it'd go back and forth for a bit. And then, like, the Monday Night Wars happened, and then that's when everything was a super boom.
Yeah. And I think people, the new people watching are used to this wrestling, and then they're going to see this other wrestling, and they're like, wow, this is way better. It's like, oh, you guys don't even know. The Attitude Days. So they're getting their own new kind of Attitude Days from another different wrestling shit.
And that's kind of their goal, is to be an alternative.
Yeah.
Like, they keep saying they don't want to be... they're not trying to compete. They're simply trying to be an alternative.
Ah.
Realistically, they're competing.
They're competing, for sure, but that's a good way of... That's a good way of...
That's a good spin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good spin. Yeah. It's like a backhanded insult or compliment.
Well, no, it's trying to be crafty. It's kind of choosing. It's picking your words carefully.
Yeah.
You know.
You don't want to just come out just fucking swinging. You're like, hey, we're not trying to compete.
Yeah.
We're just trying to be an alternative.
Yeah, they're like your girlfriend's good friend at work.
The hot one?
Yes.
I fucked her.
So you're the boyfriend. The girlfriend is actually the viewer, and then the friend is AEW.
Uh-huh.
No, wait, hold on. Let me try.
No. Yeah, wait.
So your WWE.
Okay.
The girlfriend is the viewers. AEW is the good friend at work.
Yeah.
AEW is just a good friend. They're just here for you, man. Or they're just here for.
But I have more money and my shirt's off, and I have a 6-pack.
But so does he. But he's slimmer.
And there's less dick. This dick is too big for you to take.
But yeah, he's that's essentially what they're saying is they're just here to be an alternative.
I like to hear this from you because this M.A.X wrestling thing is pretty much you're the Vince, you're the Triple H, you're everything in it. You created it, and like the way you lay down your stories is better than what the fuck is happening right now. And not even if you come up with the characters like whatever the fuck, like very outrageous. But these fools can't even write like you. Like the stupid shit that you have. Like, by stupid, it's a compliment. But like it's just like it's so. I'm in it, and I like to watch it.
Yeah.
Like it's
well,
so
that's good.
Yeah, it's that's what I wish. This is what it was, and that's what will keep me entertained.
Well, see, it's like let's say going back to the Attitude Era, it was just Vince and maybe a couple of guys.
Yeah.
They'd come up with the storylines, you know. Now versus now, where they've got an entire teams of people coming up with these stories by committee. Like what I'm doing with M.A.X Wrestling with the storylines, it's just me.
Yeah.
And then I get input from you guys.
Yeah.
It's kind of the similar concept.
But you let our input be as weird.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well,
like
yeah,
they won't allow that. Like, that's too weird. That's too much.
Well, I allow the
Let's tone it
ideas.
down. Yeah.
You know, and that's kind of the thing with AEW too. Is they allow the ideas. They're more open to what the wrestlers have to say about the storyline and the direction of the character or whatever. Vince, it's all Vince. You can take this whole committee, we come up with the storyline, and let's say they've got something good going on. Then Vince will come in, no, let's scrap that. And it becomes so diluted at that point. You know, you've got all these people that already had their hands changing around stories.
Yeah.
Vince comes in
because he's a top dog though. Like he knows what the fuck he's doing. Look. He knows what the fuck he's doing.
He knew what the fuck he was doing. But now he's got 2 shows. He's got all these different branches of his business. He's got squeezing time to work out, apparently. He's now got XFL.
Yeah, that's true.
He's got XFL to focus on. Like
shit!
That dude is spread super thin.
God damn! So he has to hire other people to fucking do shit that he can't do. Well, because he still has the hand on it.
That's the thing.
There's no one above him.
He hires these people to take care of this stuff below him.
Yeah.
And then goes in and does their job also. Like, he doesn't let them just do their job.
Yeah.
He needs to go in there and, like, redo their job for him.
Yeah.
It's like, I think if he just let them be, it'd be fine.
It's kind of like that in sports. Like, there'll be the sports owner, and then he hires people to go scout, and people who train, and people who are fucking, they're like, hey, I scouted these guys. This is a team. Play them like this. And the owner's like, no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it's basically that.
Yeah, it's like
the
man, you hired me to get these people. It's like, no, but I want to make money.
Yeah. The coach is basically trying to run this play. Okay, we're down this many points. We need to run this kind of play. All right, guys, go out there and get it. Then the owner calls up, not so fast, my friend. You're going to do it this way.
Hey, not so fast, my friend.
Yeah.
No, but there's always people that have to answer to someone. But Vince doesn't have to answer to nobody.
Yeah. Well, he's got to answer to shareholders. But even then...
He still owes the majority.
Yeah. Yeah, but...
He still has to keep them happy. That's what it is. He's like,
he can be ousted, though. You know.
That'd be fucking weird.
Even though he's... I think he can.
Nah, not if he owns, like, more than them.
I think
they can do a vote.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They can outvote him.
Are you going to vote against fucking Vince with his pecs? You have to sign the contracts on
the pecs doesn't mean that we're talking about suits. That's legal litigation waiting to happen if he wants to get physical.
But he knows how to suit, man. He knows how to suit.
Yeah.
Well, he knows how to suit. I think it's his... No. There's still that threat. Shareholders.
Yeah.
Unless he covered his ass and he's just like, yo, you have input, but it's still me.
Yeah.
You can vote on it, but it's still me.
Yeah.
He's not going to get Oscorped.
Yeah, I think he can be awesome, but I think if he let his employees do their job and just...
No, that's the problem. I think there's too many employees doing the fucking job, and then...
Well, yeah, but then he comes in and kind of derails that too. Like, if he's watching the product and something happens as a direct result of something that he sees, that's something where you're like, all right, get those people out here, replace them, and then let those guys do the job.
Let's say
he continues on with his suiting and his workouts.
Yeah, I always have to go back to... I think he's at home just walking around with like these chains just around his neck, like the ones that hold anchors at ships, like just like this Titanic fucking making eggs for his kids.
He's Vince McMahon, goddammit. He's hollering around the Titanic on his shoulder.
God damn it.
But
props to Vince.
Yeah. Props to Vince, but it's still...
This league ain't gonna... He's gonna lose... This league ain't gonna do shit again. I don't know why the fuck he's doing it.
It's a passion project. It's like M.A.X Wrestling is my passion project. But...
You know, people have dollars, and somehow they carry cents in their pocket.
Okay.
I think that's what he's doing. He kind of... Like, he has all the dollars, but he still kind of wants cents in his pockets. Like, he still wants pennies and dimes and nickels. Because that's still money. He has money in his wallet. He has dollar bills in his wallet. He has billions and millions. But he still wants quarters, dimes, and nickels in his pockets so he can fucking work with those, you know? Does that make sense?
Not quite. So you're saying the football or the XFL
the XFL is his change.
Okay.
Because he still needs shit in his pockets. So all of his pockets are filled.
So it's a boredom thing, you think?
I think this nigga has a lot of money. Like, what the fuck?
He just has... Okay.
He's going to try to redo it. How do you... It failed the first time. And you're gonna try to do it again?
But that was a genuine okay. That was I know that came off as a...
Oh, fuck it. I'm looking right at your face. I couldn't...
It's like, no, I didn't mean that as like okay, whatever, dude.
No, but I use an analogy in anything. Like, anybody that's rich, as much as they want those bills, they still want pocket change. And, like, even the littlest things.
Oh, like walking around cash.
Yeah. Littlest things, because it still makes money. A bunch of quarters in your pocket still makes dollars, you know? And I think that's what he's trying to do.
If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense.
God damn it. Was that too short?
I have no idea.
Yeah, what's the... If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense.
I don't know. I heard somebody say it once. I thought it was catchy and it fit the discussion, so I used it.
Was it a drug dealer? Because most of the people...
It was.
Most of the people see that as drug dealers.
It was a drug user, that's for sure.
It was me.
It was you.
Nah, but you know what? I like it. I like it. Wrestling's here forever. It's one of those things that there's sitcoms, there's reality TV, and there's wrestling, and
it's a form of entertainment. It's not going nowhere. It's like soap operas. Soap operas are still a thing. It is a soap opera.
The soap opera.
Yeah.
Fucking, what was it? Gone with the Children or whatever the fuck. That shit ran for like 20 something years.
Yep.
And like, people still watch. There's still someone there for that. Like, there's never gonna be a day ever when someone's gonna be like, wrestling died out.
Yeah, there's always gonna be an audience. It'll dwindle, but it won't go away, and
it's here to stay.
Yeah, especially
to the point where we come up with side shit like this.
Yeah,
which is pretty dope.
Well, it's really fun, and the thing is, I was thinking to myself because I would analyze storylines and where they're gonna go, and then I was thinking, well, shit. All I have to do is come up with an initial storyline, and then I can just branch off from there.
Yeah.
So I'll do it myself then.
Yeah. Your storylines are...
That's kind of the gist of it.
You're like the ECW. Like, M.A.X Wrestling is like the ECW of shit.
Oh, shit. Right now, I'm the Impact of
shit. There's demons, there's blood, there's gangsters, there's fucking 7-foot-tall ravers.
Dude, if you don't have a 7-foot-tall raver, what are you even doing with the show?
What the fuck am I watching for? Like, I'm here to watch a 7-foot-tall raver who's balding.
I'm not here for depth. I could give a shit about your dragons. I don't care who the serial killer is. You give me my 7-foot raver, you get the fuck out of my house.
In my head, I'm thinking of like one day you just woke up in the morning, you're just like, what if there was a guy who came from hell wrestling this 7-foot raver guy? And then you just went off from that, and you just...
That's a story right there.
I want to do a documentary about how you came up with this. A mockumentary. That'll be funny. It's like you sitting in your room just typing shit away.
And that's all it is. My fucking fingernails are all crusty and long.
It's only been like 2 days. I'm finished.
I need to rewrite this.
Oh shit! But I'm guessing that's how it was. Like how you're doing this, like how you come up with these characters. I'm imagining like Vince, just sitting there, just like, all right, this wrestler came through with this character, and I'm gonna mold him to this, and I'm gonna wrestle him with this guy, and maybe I'll throw this bitch in here, and I'm fucking this, blah 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 blah. And he's just like, all right, guys, do something with this.
Well, I came up with the characters first. I think the first one I came up with was Dingus.
Me too.
Because originally what I wanted he was going to be more like the Bashan Sensation.
Okay.
Where he's Dingus. I heard it was a podcast, actually the guys that gave me the idea, Going in Raw, they did a thing called Fuck Wrestling, where they did pretty much the same thing, but it was more like a Let's Play looking thing, where you've got them in the little corner and...
Yeah, that's the difference. That's the difference between us and them. Like it's that them is like they are playing.
Yeah.
As they're going, we
kayfabe it more.
Yeah.
We kayfabe it more because they would kayfabe it some.
What's kayfabing?
That's what wrestlers call basically. It's like protecting the character, like staying in character and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So like the Undertaker's a living dead guy. That's kayfabe.
Yeah.
He's actually a guy wearing a costume. That's a shoot.
Yeah. Okay.
So they'll kayfabe a little bit, but it's mostly just them playing a video game. And
it's cool. It's cool. I like it. I'm not dogging it. Like I like enjoying watching. Because that's what it is now. Like all these kids like watching other people play games.
Yeah.
Which is fun, you know. But when you watch M.A.X. Wrestling, we
kayfabe the shit out of it.
Yeah. It's like yo, these fools are going at it. You forget that it's a machine. That it's just and it's you and Henry commentating on like I what was it when we were at Polly's and like we were watching NASCAR.
Yeah.
And they were showing they were introducing each driver and you had a voice for each driver. And I was just like, this is fucking gold. And then that's when you brought up the M.A.X. Wrestling. I was like, you're really good at that shit. You're really good at just whatever the fuck is happening.
Well, that was kind of the idea going for. So those guys were doing Fuck Wrestling. They started doing what they call a friendo draft. They call their fans friendos, and the friendos were allowed to submit characters, and they would choose from these characters which ones they would like to use on their show, and then they would write storylines for them and all this kind of stuff. So I started thinking, hey, maybe I could get that game and make a character. I could make Dingus because the guy Steve on there. He had made some sort of offhanded comment about oh yeah, it's always awkward when Dingus shows up because he was talking about literal dick.
Yeah.
It's always awkward when Dingus shows up. So I thought, okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make this guy that's mainly naked and wears hot pink hot pants.
Yeah.
And every time he shows up, it's some sort of like it's like some sort of double entendre.
And this is just you thinking of a character just off your head.
Yeah.
Just like, yeah.
I was thinking all this stuff. Is like, yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll submit this, but. Maybe I could tell them, hey, maybe they can book him this way. Maybe they could treat him, hey, this is the idea. Make him like... You
started turning into Vince?
Well, no, I started turning into... The thing is, I started turning into all the other friendos, which would do the same thing. I want my character to be booked this way. Oh, you didn't book my character that way. Oh, they get pissed off.
That's must suck for him. Like, just like, oh, come on, guys. Just give me a character and I'll do whatever the fuck I want with it.
Right, exactly. It's their show. And when I started catching myself thinking that way... Well, wait, this is their show. They can book them however they want. If I want to do that, if I want to just do my own.
Boom.
So I started thinking, okay, cool. Maybe I could do something like that, but the thing I don't like...
That's dope. I love that.
So I started thinking, okay, maybe I could do something like that, but I'm not too much of a fan of the me in the corner thing. I don't want to have like a starring role in it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, since I'm kind of the Vince of the situation, all old school like Vince used to, and be commentary.
Yeah.
Cool. Maybe I could do something like MXC.
Oh yeah.
And that's why I was doing the. That's why I was doing the thing with the NASCAR guys. I'd make up my own voices.
Yeah.
Oh, pardon. So, then that's when I started kind of thinking, okay, that's what I'll do that's different, because they've got too much. Like I was thinking of doing a wrestling podcast. But I tried to take notes, and I've always been shit at taking notes.
Yeah.
I couldn't take notes. I was like, okay, fuck that idea. I'm not doing that. But they know how to take notes. More of their time is spent doing that than focusing on fuck wrestling. Maybe I could come up with a competitor brand, but instead of doing it their way with the screen of them playing,
yeah.
I'll treat it kayfabe. I'll just like it's all a shoot. It's all for real.
Yeah.
So okay, maybe I'll start doing that. So I started with Dingus.
Me too.
And there's a follow up in there somewhere. I can't find it.
You started with Dingus.
I've been working since goddamn 6 o'clock this morning, man. All my wits are gone. But yeah, so I started with Dingus, as I start most mornings.
My ex-girlfriend, I forgot, I was drunk as fuck. I was saying some shit.
Yeah.
Or I dropped something. She was like, "Watch out, Dingus," and I was like, "That's a character that I know." I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Like, yeah.
I weep for you. So like I started thinking about that character Dingus. I started drawing him out because I know how to draw and all this shit. And then I started thinking of this punk rock character. The way 2K16 used to work, WWE 2K16, is you could transform your character all sorts of different ways. Like one of the characters they had was a guy called Beef Jerky, which was one of my favorites. He was just his neck was stretched super all the way long.
Yeah.
His arms all the way long. His torso all the way long.
Oh God.
Legs all the way long. Everything was they were all skinny. This weird little pinhead thing on top. I was like, all right, cool. If I can morph him like that, then I started drawing out this Dingus character, right? So I did that. Then when I got the game, I was limited, and Dingus ended up turning out the way he turned out. But
that's what she said.
Yeah. That's the way it goes, man. So, but I started drawing him out. Then he wasn't looking anything like that other idea that I had for him. But I still like the idea of doing something where this dude makes these double entendres all the time.
Yeah.
And it's always gross when he shows up.
Yeah.
And like you said earlier, I used to be in a band.
Yeah. I
played a show in Colton at the Hub, the former strip joint, now turned bar Hub.
Yep. I've been there both places.
It was me. It was the bassist Brian he's the one that had the original riff for the M.A.X. intro.
Yeah.
And a few other guys, and we were coming up with wrestler names for each other. And the one we came up before Brian was the Bashan Sensation.
Yeah. So
I started thinking, okay, what if I make this guy the Bashan Sensation? I'll take that nickname in hell. I'm gonna use his name instead of being Roger. His name is Brian Rogers. I'm gonna flip it, Roger O'Brien.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make him he's a public masturbator.
Yeah.
That'll be his gimmick. He's always I'll figure out how to pixelate his dick. He's always beating off. He's always making double entendre jokes.
Yeah.
Cool.
And you give him hairy palms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give him the hairy palm.
Arms. Every arms.
The palm.
Oh, is it
the
arm?
Oh, this is not palm. It's arm.
Yeah, it's arm. Yeah.
Only the one that.
You know how much you jack off to fucking get your arm hairy?
You do all the jacking off.
Both hands.
you done inseminated.
So you started with Dingus, and then
started with Dingus. Went to Bashan. Hannigan, I wanted a Hogan analog.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, what can I call this fake Hulk Hogan? Well, let's stick with the Irish last name. Let's find some Irish last names. Hannigan. I like that. Hannigan.
Yeah.
All right. What can I call him? What's the first name I could call him?
Are you seeing how your brain is working? Or is it just me?
Somewhat.
Like you're like literally like just I can give like you turning into a seed into this fucking tree without water. Like, it's amazing.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
It's fucking great. Like that's one of my favorite things about this. Is like when I see a character, I'm just like I could just imagine you just fucking sitting there, just like, he jacks off a lot. I'll figure out how to pixelate his dick later.
A lot of brain work went into. He jacks off a lot. That's going to be the character.
Probably took like 3 days.
All the days. Most of the development of these stories were about how to make him masturbate.
Yeah. God damn it.
But no, I was trying to think of some sort of cheesy first name. My girlfriend, she likes to talk like sometimes I'll, for some reason, walk with my chest puffed out.
Yeah.
Or we'll see somebody walking along the street.
Like, tough guy.
Like, oh, tough guy. She'll be like, oh, look at him. He's walking around like, tough.
Yeah.
Tough. The way she says it, I always imagine it pictured Tuff.
Yeah.
So I thought, Tough Hannigan. Okay, cool, that works. I like that. So I went with the Hannigan. I wanted it to be syllable for syllable, so people could grasp onto the analogs some more, or the similarities. So it'd be like Tough Hannig or something like that.
Yeah.
But I like the ring of Tough Hannigan. I was like, I like that. Cool.
And this every character you came up with was just the same fucking thing. It's just like you got a name or you twisted a name.
No, not entirely. It's some of them I have an idea, like the Patient Sensation. I had the idea. I want him to be gross and make double entendre dick jokes. And then it kind of came from that.
Which was the one that we came up with?
Ultramass.
Ultramass. We were just like...
that was all. That was mainly you. You created the character.
Like, make him big. Make him this.
Well, no, no. The way it was is you came over. I showed you how to how to create a character.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And then I just let you have at it.
Oh yeah, I was just blasting shit. I was just like, there's like hair, torso.
Yeah, and that was that.
My thumbs did all of that.
And you look like a fucking man.
But then somehow you turned that into a fucking character.
Yeah, well. It was right there. He's a fucking raver. He looked like a fucking raver from back in the days. So I was like, dude,
I've never seen a 7 foot tall. Actually, I have probably. there's probably one of those out there. But that's what I'm saying. Like you're the way you just came up with this shit. You just whatever the fuck, and you just turn it into something not real quick, but unique. All these characters are fucking way too unique for you just to come out with it by yourself. I think like you had like another voice in your back of your head.
Yeah, but I've got pills for that.
But I think it's all the wrestling that you watch. Watching all these characters and shit, and you're just like, how can I make this the most observed version of that?
Well, I mean, some of them are ideas I've had. Like I wanted to do comic books a long time ago, and that's where Ian Corley comes from. That's the name that I had for my hero for my comic book. And pretty much most of his appearance comes exactly from how I used to draw that character. Except for my character when I drew him, used to have a ponytail. He had long hair.
You draw these guys before you put them up?
Not all of them. Dingus I drew out. The Patient Sensation I didn't have to.
We gotta put those on the page.
Oh, right on. If I still have some of the drawings, I'll scan them.
Probably have cum all over them.
Well, I mean, when
you check it out to your own characters.
We've got this much output going on. There's gonna be leakage.
Oh shit!
But yeah, Ian Corley was a character that I had wanted to use for a comic book, but instead I came up with this Empire of Filth storyline, which the Empire of Filth is actually a group of my friends that watch that listen to that podcast I was talking about going on. We're like a subsect of the fanhood that we call ourselves the Empire of Filth, and we were always in the live streams making disgusting jokes and trying to gross everybody out, and I wanted to incorporate them into that. So I was like, okay, so I'm going to make Ian Crowley, and I'm going to get characters around them. If any of them have PS4 and have this game, I'll have them submit characters. And fortunately, my buddy Jason the Cabbie, he submitted Meningitis, and he's
God damn it.
And he submitted Grandpa Dick. So I was like, all right, cool. We got those guys to represent. My buddy Martin in the UK, he had his character, so he tossed me over Pat Martin. So I was like, cool. I've got a core little stable.
You got a good little stable right
yeah.
There. Wicked fucking weird stable.
Yeah. Huh?
A wicked stable. Like that's like weirdest characters I could ever. I can't even fathom even thinking of one of them.
Well, meningitis. It was a joke about because Roman Reigns was taken out of action because of meningitis. So
you see what I'm saying?
So Jason made this character Meningitis to literally come through, this big monster that comes through and wipes people out. That was the idea. I was like, all right, cool. He is now Empire of Filth. So, and Jason's one of the guys in the group.
Yeah.
So I was able to use them, incorporate them into that story against Hannigan. Samael, I don't remember why I thought, hey, let's have actual literal death.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to use the name Death.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, what?
What's the most evilish shit that next to death? Like a word.
Devil.
No, but I'm saying like, yeah, well, duh. God damn it.
Satan. Well, when I was coming out, I didn't want to simply name him Death. I was like, I wonder if the Angel of Death has an actual name.
Yeah.
So, off to the rabbit hole I go. I find the name Samuel. I find the word Samael.
I just imagine you googling fucking different words for the devil.
Yeah, I literally Googled.
Oh yeah,
the Angel of Death's name.
Yeah. And he has a badass song too.
Yeah, his song is by a band called Asylum.
Yeah.
I think it's called Committed. That song.
That song's fucking hard,
rocks,
man.
Dude. It's dope as shit.
Yeah, I like that song.
It's fucking sinister as shit, and it matches the fucking.
It matches
character.
the fucking character hard.
Yeah. Yeah, I ended up making Samael just from scratch, just seeing what options I had. I had an idea of going with the whole cloak,
Yeah.
like classic death, but they didn't have anything that I could use.
They don't
to
have
do that.
classic death.
So no, they don't have classic death. They have.
What like a what is it, a bustier? What the fuck? What is it?
Boosty caca. Yeah, it's like this bondage shit.
Yeah.
But I started thinking more Cenobite when I was making.
He does look like a Cenobite. Yeah, fucking very Hellraiser-ish. Yeah.
Yeah, so I just went with it.
Order of the Gash.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, the joke just wrote itself.
So yeah, I ended up making him on the spot, but I was like, all right, I want to use death somehow. I'm gonna call him Samael. It'll be great.
And it is.
Thank you. Crude.
Oh, also, by the way, you came up with the voices for each one of these fuckers.
Most of them, yeah.
Which is another whole different fucking story. Like, created the character, whatever the fuck. You looked at them, and you're like, well, this guy's gonna sound like this.
Yeah.
This guy's gonna sound like that.
Yeah.
And they're all fucking different, and it's all you, and you're like this fucking cave voice. I don't know how the fuck you ended up doing all these. Yeah. There's you can tweak it with your computer and everything, but a lot of it.
That's mostly it.
Yeah.
Like with Tough Hannigan, the idea is since he's basically 80s throwback Hogan analog. All right, he's got to be way over the top. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make him way over the fucking top, and I'll use all the fucking cuss words and all that. And then when I was listening to it back, I was like, okay, I don't like the way my tone is. Let me drop it a little bit. Oh, I don't like that. I dropped it a little bit more, and then when I found it's like playing guitar. You want to find your tone.
Yeah.
That's what I did with Hannigan. It's found my tone. With Samuel, I knew I wanted him to be demonic sounding, so I recorded myself, did the same thing that I did with the Hannigan thing, dropped the tone, then copied that, and then dropped that tone. I think like a perfect like a whole step, and then took the original one, copied it again, picked that up a whole third.
And like overdubbed them?
Yeah, and then it's just three of me doing the same thing in different pitches. And then that's the voice for
It's
Samuel.
fucking gold. You guys go what's her thing?
M.A.X. Wrestling. It's called M.A.X. Wrestling, like all the wrestling. M.A.X. Wrestling.
In my head I'm just like WW what?
WW what? Yeah,
no, but all your characters are amazing. All the voices are amazing. The storylines are fucking nuts, and I can't believe that day that we saw that you were showing me the NASCAR shit, or we were doing the NASCAR thing. You were like, oh yeah, I'm gonna bring my notebook.
Yeah.
It is fucking fat ass notebook that had like chapters and layers and all this kind of shit. I was like, how the fuck do you work a lot?
Yeah.
And I was like, how the fuck do you have time to even? It takes me 2 days to write a 3-minute joke. Like,
well, at the time, my car was broken down, and I was riding the train to work. So that's what I would do. The whole train ride there, I'd be sitting there plotting out my.
You're just like jump It's the train. This always happens. It's like, what are they gonna do? Tell you fucking shut up?
I'm at the corner glancing out from under my book.
Right? Like,
motherfuckers.
Masturbation. And he checks out and like put heavy arms. I was like, oh my mommy.
All right, that's good.
But like okay, it's already hard enough to have regular characters having stories with each other, but now you have like a death versus this raver guy, and it's like, how the fuck are you gonna come up with a story? And you fucking do it. How it's I don't even want to know how. I don't even know how. You're just a madman. You're just a crazy madman, like a writer. Like you're a really good writer, and it's really dope. I really like it. I really enjoy watching our show. It's well, at least somebody does. It's nuts too. It's nuts. Fuck, I can't even put words to it. But just to have offbeat characters to make a full story is pretty amazing.
Thank you.
It's a really good job. Really good job.
I make good job.
You do good
job. I do good job.
And this is a second season. This is the second season that we're doing, right? And then like the first season we're talking about, we were just kind of like freeballing it. And the second season's more of a very cinematic.
Yeah.
There's more like it's very very movie like kind of.
Yeah. Well, what happened? So with 2K18, I didn't realize they have the feature where the cutscenes are all available to you. And what you can do is you can change the arena in these cutscenes. You can change the characters that are interacting in these cutscenes. You can change the camera angle in these cutscenes. I didn't know any of this existed the last time. I had no idea that any of it existed. So when I got 2K19 and I'm doing my thing, and then I discovered this whole section of features that I could use. I was like, holy shit, what? And I started seeing all these scenes that I could have used the last time. I was like, you motherfucker.
The people who wrote this game, all the people, the coders, all these fools, they're just like, no one's gonna fucking do this.
Oh, they know. No, they knew for a fact.
Oh, they knew they're just
they
like,
knew
no
for
one's
a
gonna...
fucking... Because machinima isn't a new concept. It's been around for years and years and years. And so they knew that people were gonna do this machinima thing where they're gonna make their own content based on the video game.
I think I remember seeing this shit like back when there was G4. I don't know if you remember this channel G4.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a geek channel.
Yeah.
I wish that channel would be the shit now. But I think I remember seeing something in those days.
Mm-hmm.
They even did 8-bit shit. Like they like.
Yep. Yeah, they've got 8-bit.
But they do the machinima. Yeah.
They've got the real popular one was Grand Theft Auto 5. Like people were making machinima.
Yeah. Or even the Halo shit.
Yeah.
They did a bunch of Halo stuff.
Yeah. So it's not a new concept. I'm not doing anything brand new. I'm just tweaking it. But the people that develop these games know for a fucking fact these people out to make
there's
content.
There's gonna be a guy
shit.
Who's gonna want this food to be oily as fuck,
mm-hmm.
and the light bounce. And it's a good rendering. Like it's really like you can see light bouncing off this fool's pecs.
Yeah. Yeah, we're in a hell of a time. Because you and me come from a time where it was NES.
Fucking... Look at the SmackDown game. This was like... They're still triangle. They're still misshapen. Yeah.
Like the Austin entrance is just him walking and then his thing playing in the background, but he looks all stiff.
Yeah, like Pixar did a better job. Actually, no, they were like Pixar level. Like, no, not even. It was weird. Weird times. But now the things that we have now... And they move dope. Yeah. So, like, when they punch each other, and you know what I like? You have a really small guy versus a big guy.
Yeah.
And when he punches him, like, he reaches up.
Yeah.
Like, it's the how would you call, what would you call that? Like, the size, like, when he punches up, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, it's not like a little guy punching him in the stomach. Like, he's like, oh, he's reaching.
Yeah, like it's a little guy goes to give a haymaker to the face, but he's fighting a tall guy, so he's actually hitting him in the chest. But the guy that's tall still acts like he just got hit in the face.
Yeah, it fucking tricks you. And that's the thing about I like about M.A.X. It's like you forget that it's machinima, because there's no dudes playing it on a corner. You forget it. You forget everything. You're just watching these crazy.
Which is the thing that I aim for. That's kind of the thing that would kind of take me out of the things that that Going in Raw would do, because they would use the cutscenes very similar to pretty much what I was doing here, and then they'd go to the gameplay itself, where they're playing the game and they've got the action going on, all that. I always like the cutscene parts, and that's where I thought, okay, what if I could do it, but instead of doing the playing thing in the corner, just all of that.
Yeah.
And then just do the commentary and treat it like it's real.
And then you treat it more like it's real with your commentary.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I think that's the best.
Commentary treated like it's absolutely real.
That just sends it over the top.
Yeah.
Fuck the characters, the music that you make, it's all crap compared to like you and Henry from Sangre and Brujeria watching it, and then you guys commentating to it and trying not to laugh your asses off with the bullshit you guys say.
Yeah.
Which is really fun to watch, and it's really fun to listen to.
Yeah.
And I think once people start watching it, they're gonna catch shit. They're gonna be like, oh, that's just fucking who the.
Well, I saw an interview just this morning with Orange Cassidy, who's one of the big indie guys right now, and one of the things he said that really rang true to me is if you're having fun, you know the other people are gonna have fun. If you're in the cracking up with your friend,
Yeah.
You know the people watching.
Yeah.
Are gonna be having fun.
I crack up when I watch you guys fucking do that shit. I'm in the corner just like, like I don't know, because you guys have to be quick on the draw for one.
Yeah.
But you guys are wrestling fans as is.
Yeah.
And you've been listening to Vince since back in the day. So every time we talk about like how Vince used to commentate, I was like, I get that, how you talk like old school Vince.
Yeah.
And like Jim Ross, like we know Jerry the King Lawler, like we know when we hear them, you know.
Yeah.
And like that's part of the grandiose of everything. Like everything has to fucking match to create this fucking.
It's a bunch of tropes, really. You know, like I said.
Oh, this whole thing is a big ass fucking.
Yeah.
This whole thing is like a.
It's like a spoof.
Yeah, Deadpool will fucking pop out of nowhere. No, but it is. It is. It's and it's really fun to watch you commentate while it's happening, because even though you did it, even though you know the characters, you still put yourself out of it.
Yeah.
And you're commentating. Even you separate yourself that you made it, and you separate yourself from it.
I try to, because like a lot of times, like, so I'm trying to stay quick on the, like you said, you do have to be quick on the draw.
Yeah.
But you also, like, I'm trying to commentate on the thing and call the action or whatever, so it sounds real.
And that's why Henry's really good with you, because it's his first time watching it too.
Yeah.
And both of you at the same time are like, oh.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, you already knew, but you don't. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Like,
yeah, I already do, but if I know there's like some sort of big move that has a high impact, like if I'm kayfabing it, I need to sell that, just like
in order
like
for the kayfabe to be sold, you have to fucking pull yourself out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. So it's just oh, that's like you have to, otherwise if I'm just or
like you're already ready for it, or like you say oh before he punches him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. Yeah, you have to be quick on the whip, but you also have to watch what's going on screen. I don't know.
What did Henry say? He was like, chicken, the Chinese chicken. Yeah. Like shit like that. That's fucking makes it gold. And I think when people watch it, half of the fun is listening.
Yeah.
Like watching it is already a mind fuck. You're already getting it. You're already getting visually fucked. And that's what hearing it.
Yeah.
It just
a big thing with a lot of like the YouTube and the podcasts and all this kind of shit is you want your personality to come through.
Yeah.
So by doing it the way we do it, where we're kind of improvising it while we're watching it, that's kind of what we're allowing ourselves to do. Like I took a little improv class a long time ago, and that's you want to be in the moment, because when you let your own personality come through, but you're also doing this kind of character, that's what comes through the best. Is like if you're improvising it, you're a lot more natural. You're a lot more yourself, as opposed to like reciting lines.
That's the problem I'm having right now, because I'm doing a stand-up thing, and like I'm trying to come up with a character, like the Edson character. But if I just be myself, that's the Edson character itself.
Yeah.
But I have to do 3-minute shit, so I have to like write down shit. You know what I mean? I have to do it on the spot. So like I'm trying to come up with, because a lot of people go up and you meet these comedians. And you meet them, you're like, oh, hey, fucking, and they're like, and then as soon as they get on stage, you're like a different person.
Yeah.
And it's like, fuck, how the fuck? But the different person that I want to be is me, myself.
Well, I'll give you an example like this. So, when I was in the band, I'm not that wild and thrashy and loud and all this kind of shit anymore. I used to be when I was a kid.
Yeah.
But that's a different story. But when I'd go to these shows, basically, it was on. I would turn it on.
Oh, yeah.
So I'd go on stage, thrash it. I'd be all over the fucking stage.
Same.
I'd go out into the crowd and fucking play and all this kind of shit. And then after the show, or after the performance and before the performance, I'd be all loud and all this kind of shit.
Yeah.
It's real fun because deep down I kind of am that person. Like I said, back when I was a kid, I was fucking loud all over the place, all this kind of shit. But I mean, like having this conversation, I can have these conversations too, and this is more me. You know?
Yeah.
Whereas with that, you gotta, if you're gonna be playing, especially in like a metal band doing a metal show, you've got to be, you've got to kind of project yourself in a certain way.
The thing with me was like everyone knew me as Funny Edson, or like Drunk Edson, funny Drunk Edson, whatever the fuck. But when I was on stage,
looking funny Drunk Edson, I got
like,
a tone
for some reason, my hair was in my, like I didn't give a fuck about everybody in front of me.
Yeah.
And I turned into a murderer, because we were like seeing everything dead. That was the name of the band, and like we're just saying about corpses and shit.
Oh.
And like fucking eating bodies and fucking whatever the fuck. But when I was on stage, I wasn't funny drunk Edson. I was still like drunk, whatever the fuck, but I wasn't.
It was a completely different
funny.
version.
It was just like the evil dark side of me that nobody sees.
Yeah.
On stage, and I had a bass, so I'm throwing this fucking thing around, and then when it was over, go back to fucking funny fucking Edson, like, oh hey, what the fuck was that? And I was like, I don't fucking know. I don't know. I don't know what I was doing. But comedy is different because you have to fucking be there in the moment. You have to be this guy. You have to be.
You have to be able to switch it. Yeah.
So I'm still trying to figure that shit out too. You figured it out, but you know.
Well, I mean, at least when it comes to a band or when it comes to like with this, it's just you, me, and Hemi. So it's a lot easier to kind of flip that switch, I guess. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because he when he comes in, once he puts that voice, he's not Henry. He's fucking.
Yeah, he's all in on.
Yeah. He's all fucking spitting out of his mouth.
Which is great.
Because that's our shit. That's what we do. We are entertainers.
Yeah.
We have to be a different character.
Yeah.
For the people, but still have a little bit of ourselves in there.
Yeah.
Even when you do the commentary, you still Drew, but there's Compton in there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You've got to have a little bit of yourself because then it comes off too contrived. You know.
Yeah, because it would be weird
if you're trying to be a completely different person.
You come off fake.
Yeah, you exactly. You come off way too fake. You gotta. There's a fine line that you gotta kind of find.
You know who I was on stage? Who I was when I'm in the pit. So when I was in the mosh pit, not anymore. My knees all fucked up. When I was in the mosh pit, I didn't give a fuck about shit. I'm moshing Nazis going against the grain. Like I didn't give a fuck. That crazy guy is who I put on stage. But when we're off the stage, off the pit, it's still Edson, but not that crazy nut.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to figure this comedy shit out to be that crazy nut, but with words and not. I'm not gonna be on stage headbanging, so I'm trying to headbang with my words.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
It's a very weird thing to come up with characters.
Yeah.
You have 12. How many characters do you
have?
9?
So I do Samuel, Tough Hannigan, Ian Corley, Bastion Sensation, Compton. Oh fuck! Who else do we have? Dingus is you. You're Dingus.
I'm Dingus.
You're Dingus.
Oh, yeah,
fuck you're Dingus.
No, fucking yeah. The commentator.
Yeah, Compton. Ultramass. Binford. Binford.
That's already way too much.
8.
That's already fucking. Family Guy. Seth, what the fuck is
Seth MacFarlane.
Seth MacFarlane. Same shit.
Yeah.
He has all these voices. You can tell there's a little bit of him in each one of those.
Yeah.
And then he has Brian, his main one.
Yeah.
Compton.
Yeah.
Is your Brian. And you have all these other fucking characters. Damn, that's exactly the perfect way to put it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
You're not Vince, you're fucking Seth.
Seth MacFarlane.
Oh, fuck, it's really nuts. Alright, man. I'm gonna have you sign off.
All right.
Tell us about M.A.X. What's going on with first season? Where can we find the first season? When's the next season?
First season, you can find us at M.A.X Wrestling on YouTube. That's M.A.X. Wrestling. Those are separate words. You got to search for us because we don't have a custom URL yet, and I'm not going to be reading out a bunch of random ass letters for you guys to look for.
All of like asterisks.
Yeah. But you can find us on YouTube, but you can also find us on Facebook. You can find us on Twitter. You can find us on the other one, Instagram.
The other one,
because I'm too old to fucking
remember. We're in Pornhub too, right?
Yeah, we got a Pornhub.
We got a Pornhub going on.
This week we're going to be featuring the Bastion Sensation and one of the ring posts, but I won't tell you which ring post. It's a secret.
To me, even.
Even to you. Even to me. I don't know. I was just given a paper. I was given a synopsis of what perhaps could happen. Apparently, he's going to be having a ring post, but he didn't tell me which one or which color. So that'll be the interesting thing to see what he does with it. I don't know where it's going or who it's going into, but it's going somewhere. But yeah, you can find it on all the other social medias. You can find us YT.M.A.X Wrestling, Twitter at YT.M.A.X Wrestling. We'll be coming back with a new season probably towards the end of October, mid-November, I'm thinking. We're going to be in the middle of doing the recordings real soon. Me and the boys just got together and started getting everything planned up. So we're going to be coming back, and it's going to be great.
Catch the first season. After you hear this, go to the first season and watch everything.
Yeah, because nothing makes sense if you don't.
Oh, yeah. No, nothing's going to... No, yeah. Oh, hell no. People are like, what the fuck is going on?
I will give you a little helper recap, but I mean, you got to do the homework, man.
Yeah. Do your homework. Go watch M.A.X Wrestling.
But yeah, there's that. So go check those out. Give us a subscribe. Check out the episodes. Give them the likes. All the cool stuff that the kids do these days.
Ring the bell. Do the whole shit.
Ring the whole notification bell. Slap.
Drew. That wasn't a good slap.
That
was a good one.
That was almost all. One more time. There.
Oh, there you go.
That's 80s right there.
Yeah. It was our dicks, by the way. Guys, thank you for listening to the Tooth. Fucking share that shit. Do that shit. Do all that shit. And